Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be talking about different kind of grind spots for experience and where people should be grinding if they want to like get EXP, especially as a new player, like when they want to go ahead and hit level 60, 61, 62. Yeah, we have this lovely menu right here. You can find it in like when you press escape, at least if you have this menu, and then it's under monster zone info. In this list you have all the grind spots, and you can also sort them like I do with like names and yeah, AP. The first few spots here, they're pretty damn outdated. They are not good for for anything really, so I'm just going to be starting out with the Desert Nagas, and as you can see here you can also sort by EXP. And it's going to show every single spot that gives EXP, at least according to the game, and I'll also talk about if I think it's actually a good spot for EXP or if it's also kind of outdated. Desert Nagas, it's a pretty good spot. It's out in the desert, right past the Sanguine Bazaar after you finish the Media quest line. It's pretty good. It's one of the spots that I usually go to when I'm leveling a seasoned character. Like there's monsters over here, and just like as soon as you get to Sanguine Bazaar actually, and then there's monsters all over. It's a pretty good spot, but it's out in the desert, so it's not optimal, which is why a fair amount of people decide to skip it and go to other spots instead. The same thing kind of goes for Tiddim Valley, Desert Fogans. It's also in the desert, but it's even further in the desert. Again, Sanguine Bazaar, the Nagas, and it's all the way out here to the Valley. It's good for XP, good for skill XP as well. The money is not insane, just like with the most of the XP spots, and mostly I wouldn't go there because it's just out of the way. At least it's not very contested, but still. Bastion Base, I tried it recently, wasn't a fan, just the overall layout and the way that the packs are built up. I wouldn't go there myself nowadays, simply because it's not that good. It's alright. Bastion Base over here, it's okay, but it's not crazy. Then we also have let's see what else we got. Oops. And we have Nagas, Tiddim, Basham, Batter's Habitat. It's over in Camarsilvia. For the AP, it's actually pretty good. Lots of mobs, lots of other things that can drop, also forest furies. Most of these XP spots, at least for early game, also drop Satanist elements, which are insanely useful when you're trying to get your infinite potions. Especially because some of the spots aren't great on just dropping the raw piece or the pity pieces themselves. So Satanist element is a great addition to the game, especially for new players who want to try and grind out their own potions instead of just buying it off of the marketplace, as you actually can nowadays. But yeah, Polis Forest. This spot, hands down, is my favorite grind spot on season when I'm trying to get EXP. You get a lot of tennis elements, the treasure is pretty good too. It's like the only downsides to it really are sometimes, at least at prime time, it can be hard to actually find a rotation that's not taken, because again, it's a good spot and it's really popular. One of the other downsides with grinding here is you get a lot of Manchimudo dolls, which take up space in your inventory, and they don't stack. So yeah, the same with, it's not on the list, but it also drops a live spirit stone. Oh, there it is. These also take up a fair amount of your inventory space. So you're going to go back and forth to town, at least if you plan on grinding here for several hours, at least a couple of times. To just offload your inventory with the from spirit stones and voodoo dolls. The voodoo dolls don't really sell. I wouldn't really say that it's worth running them anyways, or well either. So well, the voodoo dolls kind of a downside, kind of obfuscates the actual money that you make here. But the life spirit stones right now they're actually at a great price. You could just go ahead and sell them. Back in the days, I used to take them and just grind them down into mythical powder to use as fuel on my Bel's Heart, like the end game kind of, mid to end game Spirit Stone. But yeah, really good spot, insanely good, especially for XP. Trader's Graveyard, it's good for XP, doesn't clog up your inventory as much. Pretty decent, especially after some buffs. And it's also pretty close to the city. I would actually kind of recommend going to this one. But again, I would only really go to it if Palace is overpopulated. Bergen's Nest. The XP is pretty good, but everything else about it is pretty bad. You don't really make a lot of money here. The drop rates are really bad. The trash loot as well is also pretty bad. It's you can go for XP, but I would not recommend it. Proto Cave, to be honest, actually pretty good spot. It drops good stuff, and also has a kind of some bingo items. It's pretty good. The only downside to it really is that, well, if you go from Welia and you don't have a T10 unicorn, you're going to have to get a boat. For example, like the card from the loyalty shop, at least for now, until they revamp the loyalty shop. But you're going to have to go all the way out here and then go into a little cave. So it's kind of out of the way, but the money is great. The XP is also great. So if you have the AP for it, I would actually recommend that. And especially if you have a boat or a T10 unicorn. If not for that, I wouldn't really recommend it. But yeah, Mirmag Ruins, one of the older spots, but pretty good. It's really good, especially for EXP. And again, as you can see, the tennis elements and also forest furies. The trash loot is pretty decent as well, and you can also use accuracy here and make some extra money. And again, Spirit Stone, good money too. Kefras and Ancient Spirit Dust are pretty decent here too. Again, it's in Camasylvia. You need some more AP and DP for it. It says that it's like for parties, 2 or 3 party members. If you're just grinding with the seasonal body as well and have the AP and DP for it, it can actually be pretty damn good. And later on, it can also be decent, at least for XP, when you have more gear and you can just go there and solo it. Sulfur Mines. The XP at the mines is pretty decent, but it's all the way out in the desert. Like if you want to grind for treasure pieces as well, like the permanent map, you can. Let's say out here where Sulfur works, Sulfur Mine. But again, it's all the way out here. And like sure, you can go ahead and take your horse and walk all the way around, but it's just really out of the way. So unless you're trying to grind for the map as well as trying to get some XP, I wouldn't really recommend it. It's a pretty good layout, and again, having the map is nice. I have one myself. So yeah, Cry Underwater Ruins. Oh yeah, the upper part. It's really out of the way. It's even worse than Parade, and you can't even use loot scrolls here. The XP is pretty good. Density is also pretty damn good. If you're going out here for XP and trying to grind for like the merchant ring piece while leveling your season characters, it can be a great addition. However, I wouldn't recommend it just for XP. Shield guards. I haven't been out here for a while. Again, it's like a party spot. You don't really need a party, but to do it decently, I would recommend you to get a party. But there are just better spots. I wouldn't really recommend it. for anyone really, to be honest. To go ahead and grind here, especially for XP, and like the money is pretty bad too. But you can, but I wouldn't recommend it. Captain Brassy Arbor, this is a party spot. I wouldn't really say that it's beginner friendly, again, but just because, yeah, as you can see, the AP and DP, like when you have this AP and DP, you're pretty much done with season anyways. You should already be like 61, 62, maybe even 63 if you stayed around for a little while longer. I wouldn't recommend that, because you need a you need a party to like go ahead and like group up the different packs of monsters and then yeah, nuke them together. The XP is really good, but yeah, I wouldn't go there myself. Mirrox Labyrinth, I wouldn't, like, sure you can grind here, I wouldn't recommend it. Again, the AP and DP for it. It's not necessarily bad, but it's bothersome. Let's see, what else do we have? The best EXP pretty much right now is Captain Riser Underground. It's not beginner friendly for XP, but there we go, Underground. As you can see, the AP DP, this is no longer beginner. This is mid to end game stuff. A lot of in-game people, well, a lot. Some in-game people trying to hit high levels, like 56, 65, 67, and so on. They go here because it's just great XP. The money is pretty decent too, roughly around $1 billion an hour, probably nowadays. But it's not really beginner friendly. You can, of course, go ahead and get one of your friends or guild members, like get them to boost you and Gryphon Underground. Like with every EXP buff and so on, you should be able to get like 62 in probably an hour if you're just getting boosted. Let's see. Another note about EXP, like sometimes you get like EXP buffs like this one, which are insane when you're trying to get EXP. The same with these Sealed Books of Combat, also great addition. They are also, there we have it, a simple cron meal for the early game and also some of the end game. This is the go-to meal, like food buff to use, just because it gives monster AP and also some other good stats, and of course also EXP. So why wouldn't you use it? Have these mercenary skills, mercenary experience. These ones, you get one of these, well, you can decide to take either the EXP one or life skill EXP one, and you get one of these every single day you log in. You can also combine 3 of them into a 600% EXP buff, which is insane when you're just trying to rush through levels, especially if you're getting boosted and so on. Great addition. We have these 530 scrolls. They are bought in the loyalty shop right now, if they're still there. Yeah, they are. It's just one loyalty each, and you can buy 53 of them. This one resets every, what, 2 years something? No, less than that, but still. These ones, again, they had a reset. I haven't even used like 50 of mine yet. But then again, after like level 62, 63, you don't really need XP because you don't really get anything extra from it apart from like prestige. Like sure, you get some composure accessories and so on, but they're really not worth it. At least not for when you actually reach the part of the game. Yeah, that's pretty much it for EXP. Yeah. Well guys, thanks for watching. Come around again whenever you need some info, if you need some tips and tricks. Also just comment down below and tell me what else you would like to see from me. Well guys, have a good one and see you later.